as we go back to find out what does the name Israel mean. Okay? So we know that Rebecca was the wife of Isaac, and that she had twins. Okay? She had twins. And their name was Esau and Jacob. We know this. Now, I want to share with you, dear family, on our screen. This is our study, Sabbath. That's the Sabbath service worship, but we're talking about the study series of Israel's purpose. Okay. So when you go into Genesis chapter 32 and verses 28, we know that Jacob, which is the son of Rebekah, who she loved. Now we read about it. If you remember, let me give you a refreshment. Do you all remember how on the Sabbath, and let's just do a quick synopsis of it really quick, that Rebekah stated that what? She knows. She said, look, one petition, she was saying to her husband, that I make it to you. Make Esau, that's their eldest son, that's the firstborn, make him swear that he would not injure Jacob. And a long story short, he says that at first, he said, well, listen, even if I make him swear, you know that he's not going to keep his word, for he was always injurious unto us. But Jacob, our son, has been kind. He's did us no harm. He's honored us. He kept the ways. So now we're picking up and continuing. But like I said, in this study, I wanted to rewind it to go back to Genesis chapter 25, right? But before we go there, let me show the picture here, stating that when you go to Genesis 32 and 28, it says that Jacob wrestled with an angel there. Now, unbeknownst to most, they don't know that that angel, some say, okay, I'm going to fill you in on it. It says that he wrestled with God. Okay, it says G-O-D. Now, the Most High, oftentimes, dear family, since he's supreme over all, dear family, it says the Most High will do this. To the righteous, he shows himself righteous. To the meek, to the merciful, merciful. To the forward, he shows himself forward. Now, the Most High is the God of all gods, right? Even Balaam, who Balak was the king of Moab, who tried to hire Balaam to curse the children of Israel. The Most High commanded Balaam to bless Israel and pronounce and speak a blessing over them. So I'm just showing you the multiplicities of the unimaginable power that the Most High has. And he always, at all times, acts in righteousness because that's his nature and character. But the point that I wanted to bring out to you is that some say when you go into looking at who that angel was, they say that that angel or that God, because God is Elohim. Elohim is a generic word for power. It doesn't denote or identify what power it is. Okay? So, I'm simply stating, dear family, or sharing with you, and this can be really long getting into it because, again, me being methodical and being wanting to explain, and I don't want you to be lost. I want you to be able to really grasp and understand. So some state that, guess what, in that place, when you read the Bible from Genesis, in specific in Genesis, where it talks about the birth of Esau and Jacob, from 25, from them coming on the scene all the way up into this chapter 32, okay? You see that here, that he was doing what? Fleeing, according to what his mother told him to do, to leave here and go to Paneran, to Laban's, my brother's house, until your brother's Esau's anger cools off, because he's waxed hot. Remember that his anger continually, he didn't leave off his wrath, and he thought to slay his brother. So this is Jacob on his way, coming back from Peniel, or coming back from Laban, Rebekah's brother. So he's coming back, and he goes to this place, and it's actually a gate, dear family. There's places in the earth which is super spiritual, where they're portals, if you will. And this might sound foreign to some people, but they really are. Have you gone to a place and you've seen things that, you felt certain things that it intensified, right? So he was at this place to where he said that this is actually none other than the house of the Most High, where the Most High is at. So there's angels. He saw angels descending, meaning coming down from heaven, and ascending, going up into heaven. And that's where an angel, he wrestled with an angel. Well, some say that angel was the guardian of Esau. Now remember here, dear family, look right here in Jubilees chapter 35 and verses 17. Now, Isaac told his wife Rebekah, and fear not on account of Jacob, for the guardian of Jacob is great and powerful and honored and praised more than the guardian of Esau. So when we're looking at Genesis 32 and 28, it's a possibility that he was going up against another angel. Because why am I showing you this? Because the name Israel, it's important. Israel we are intercessors. That's why we have favor, because when you look at the name Israel, let me go to the next slide. It means a chief. That means the Most High chose Israel to be his ministers, to where he would facilitate, and the Most High would walk and be amongst Israel. See? So the name, and he said, when you look at Genesis 32 and 28, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince. So when you look at it, Yisrael. And looking at these letters right here. Letter R, it says the chief, has thou power. Letter S, with God. Or now no one can fight against the Most High. Make that clear. So in other words, that cannot be talking of, he has favor with the Most High, certainly. But this means other beings, or other, if you will, powers, lowercase g's. And the letter Y, they say that means, they use the name Yahweh, or, Jehovah, and things like that. But in other words, he has power. He has power, okay, he's a chief amongst the power. So in other words, the Most High chose Israel. Out of all the people, he chose Israel. Now when you go and you read, it all begins to come and bind together to where now you're beginning to see your importance. No wonder why they tried to keep us drunk, alcohol, drunk out of our mind, in all these false religions. Because we have power with the Most High to fight against these other entities that try to do what? Try to ultimately want to have us destroyed.